Good morning, party people, and welcome back. This is my second video of the day, so yeah, I look the same that I did in another video, and what about it? Girls gotta film when a girl can film, okay? Anyway, in this video, we will be talking about 5 books that I wish that I could read again for the first time. I think that reading a book for the first time is something that should be savored and something that should be... Okay, let me readjust. I'm not enjoying my beanbag. Okay. Okay, this is better. I think that reading a book for the first time is something that should be savored, something that should be enjoyed, especially if it is a good book. And also, the feeling of reading for a book for the first time, you can't get it back. You can't get it back, because then you read the book again and you're like, okay, well, I already know what happens. And yes, this book still makes me feel warm and fuzzy and all the good things, but like, not for the first time, you know? Also, my dogs are in my room and walking around, so that's the pitter-pattering that you're going to hear. So, without further ado, first we have Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This book, I didn't see coming. Like, it's something new from Ali Hazelwood. I think it released in 2024, and since then I've read it 3 times. So, yeah, it follows Lo and Misery, and Lo is a werewolf and Misery is a vampire, and they have to get married for, it's like a political marriage, technically. It is beautiful. It is so beautiful. Like, actually, I don't know what is in this book, but it is crack cocaine. And I would do anything to go back in time and read it again for the first time. There's a second book coming out, and it follows, like, Lo's best friend and then Misery's friend. I'm so excited. And there's, like, I guess it's not really mystery, but, like, obviously it's more of a fantasy book. So, like, the world building and the politics of it is so good. And I don't know why it's so good. But this is probably my favorite Ali Hazelwood book. I love it. Like, genuinely, I think this is the one that I probably feel the most strongly about. I would give anything to go back and read this again for the first time. So yeah, Bride by Ali Hazelwood. And then we have Business Casual by B.K. Borison. This is the 4th book in the Love Light Farm series, and it released last year. And I read it while I was in Michigan, and it's the last book in the series. So one thing about me is I do love a series, and I especially love the last book in the series. And part of the reason that I love the last book in the series so much is because, well, I love them and I hate them. I hate endings. It's something that I've always had an issue with. Whatever. We went to therapy and I'm a little better now, but, like, still they're not my favorite. And so, like, when books that I feel... Like, I've loved this whole series, and this whole series has been so good. And so the 4th book, obviously, I knew the two people in the couple. And so I was like, okay, I know these 2 people, and now I'm going to have to say goodbye to everyone. But this book was sweet, and it was almost bittersweet, but, like, there's nothing like a good conclusion. And this was the best conclusion that Miss B.K. Borison could have given me, because it was so good. Let me just throw this for a second. It was so good. It follows Charlie and Nova. And Nova is a tattoo artist and Charlie is a businessman. And they're, like, best friends. But we all know it's, like, more. So pretty much, I don't even know. Okay, yeah. So they do, like, a one-night stand. And obviously it turns into more than a one-night stand. But it was so cute. And this book takes place in, like, fall time, I want to say. Like, I for sure know October was mentioned in the book. And so I read it in the summer, but it It gives fall vibes. It's just such a cozy read, you know? Like, I just love it. I haven't reread it yet, but I am rereading In the Weeds right now, which is the second book in the series. So I have a feeling this one will follow soon after. But yeah, I love this book. And then we have Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. This book I read also last year. I think I read it in like April of 2024. And I fell in love. I fully plan on getting a tattoo for this book. I have the placement planned out and everything. Maybe I'll go get a tattoo tomorrow. My tattoo artist is doing a flash sale. Just don't tell my mom. Anyway, this one follows Meyer is the guy, and then Farley. And Farley is a comedian, and Meyer is her manager. And yeah, I think they go on a tour. Okay, guys, I'm currently in bed editing this, and I understand that literally 2 of these books, I low-key forgot the plot, but I need you to understand that it's not necessarily the plot that captures me. It's more of the characters and the way that the characters make me feel. So if I forget a few plot points, it's fine. I know I loved the book. And also, forgetting the plot points makes it more fun to reread. So. Oh yeah, okay, so Farley gets an opportunity. She has to fake date Meyer to like stir up some business, whatever, but obviously they fall in love. Meyer has a daughter named Hazel. Yeah. What I liked about this book the most is there's a quote, and it says, I think Farley says it, and she says that she's looking for the laughs. And it's, I don't know, it was just so beautiful. Like, I don't know how to describe this book. I think it talks a lot about depression, I believe, and how, like, you can still be funny and have depression. Like, you can still put on that mask, whatever, and still be sad. Like, just because you're still laughing doesn't mean that you don't have depression. Like, it doesn't belittle that. And, yeah, I just thought that that was really beautiful. And everything about this book is giving, like, the other book is, like, giving, could you do not? Thank you. Business Casual is giving cozy read in the sense that, like, okay, do you guys need to go in your kennels? Because you will. Don't play. Bride is giving feral read. Like, that book makes me feral. Business Casual is giving cozy fall day. And so, like, that type of cozy, you know, like, sun's out, 50 degrees and breezy, leaves are falling, you're on a cardigan on the front porch. This is giving, it's raining, occasional lightning, maybe a crack of thunder, you're on your front porch reading. Like, that type of cozy. And I just don't, nothing can recreate the feeling that I had when I read this. And I don't know if it's because of, like, the times when I read these, like, if those were just important times in my life, like April of my senior year of high school, I don't know, but it was beautiful is all I have to say. Next we have Butcher and Blackbird. This book is like, I always thought I was a freak because I liked reading dark romance, and this is like a dark comedy romance, so it's like, okay, wait, but this is fucking funny. And then I got my friend to read it, and she liked it too, so I forced her to read the whole entire series with me. But something about Sloane and Rowan, and like, also this book doesn't have a third act breakup, which is something I love. Bentley, I swear to God. This book doesn't have a third act breakup, which is something that I love, and something that, like, keeps me going. And instead it has a third act happening, which we all know I love. I think this book was published in 2023, so I read it in 2023. Let's see. There's also just something about the way that these books were, January, nope. Okay, first paperback edition was January of 2024. So that's when I read this. Around the same time that I read Bride for the first time. But, This book was like, I don't know. It made me giggle. It made me laugh. It made me happy. It made me happy, and it was like funny and fun and like weird. And it kept me going. It follows Sloane and Rowan, and pretty much they're both murderers, serial killers, but they kill with intention, so I think it's okay. They kill other people who are bad, like rapists and like other serial killers that kill without reasoning, all of those things. And so they're both kind of prominent in their field, in their areas. Sloane is called, I think she's called, okay, Rowan is called the Butcher, and I think Sloane is called the Weaver or something, because she does some intense shit with string and like spider webs. Anyway, so pretty much they end up meeting for somehow, and because of that, every year they decide to have like a kill off, and so they pick a target, and then they both have to go and kill this target, and that's the only time that they see each other, is once a year, because they live on like opposite coasts or something. So they do this every year, and it's a friends to lovers. It's just, I think it was like watching two people who are like serial killers, and probably like everybody's like, well, they shouldn't be happy they kill people. They're happy with each other. They're happy with each other, and it was so beautiful. And like the found family / family aspects of this book is so beautiful. And also it's a series about 3 Irish brothers. What more could I want? What more could I ask for? So yeah, this one is also like feral read, I would say. And then last but not least, yeah, Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. Some things I want to point out about this book. I think I've read this book 6 or 7 times. We got my tabs from when I was in my tabbing era. Look at how worn this book is. She has been loved. I read this book every single time that something wrong in my life happens. I go, oh, okay, I'll just read Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. And without fail, it cures me. I don't know how to describe my love for this book. I read it for the first time. And another thing, this book, I can't tell if I'm like actually madly in love with this book, or if it's just been there for me in a time of comfort, in a time of need. I think I read it for the first time when I was in middle school, so I was probably 13, and I'm 19 now, so I got 2 of my middle school friends to read it, and we bonded over that, and like, stop it, calm down, it is 10 a.m., calm down. I got 2 of my middle school friends to read it, and so like we all bonded over that. And then like this book is just, maybe it's the Friends to Lovers, because the only one of these books that isn't Friends to Lovers is Bride. But my issue is that I have no guy friends, so this is not a mirror to my life at all. But yeah, this one is Friends to Lovers that follows Josh and Hazel, and pretty much they met in college, and then they meet again through Josh's sister, who is Hazel's best friend. They meet at like some fucking barbecue. Both of them realize that they don't really have that many friends, so they like go on little dates that aren't actual dates, but like friend dates, after Josh breaks up with his longtime girlfriend, and then Hazel ends up having to move into his house because something happened. So they go on little friend dates, and then they fall in love. And this book, another reason I love this book is because Hazel is a loud girl. A loud girl. Like, very much so, boisterous, big personality, all of those good things. And Josh is a very serious man. And he still loves her. And I'm a very loud girl as well. I make my opinions known, and I also don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. So, the idea that somebody could love me the same way that Josh loved Hazel is fun and comforting. So I read this book whenever I feel like there's something wrong happening in my life. So yeah, my cheeks look weird as fuck when I smile. I don't know Okay, anyway, yeah, so these are my, let's see if I can hold all 5 of these in my hand. Okay, guys, I think I got this. I'm gonna do it with 2 hands. Anyway, so these are my 5. Wish I could, my top 5. There are many books that I wish I could reread again for the first time, but these are my top 5 first time feeling books, because, yeah, nothing beats the first time of you falling in love with a book. So, hope you enjoyed. I hope you all will read one of these books because they're beautiful, and I hope that you fall in love with them the same way that I did. Pug, come here. This is Mocha. Say hi, Pug. Look. She's a freak. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Stay fierce, stay cool. Deuces.